Hey, Craig.
Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. This week we're going to be building a nice barn for my new horses.
Fuck that, I'm on llamas.
A nice barn for my new llamas. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Oh, man. Yes, my llamas eat, thank you.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Comer yo llama?
Does Obama eat?
Come here, you llama.
Oh, God.
Comer.
Come here, you llama.
Okay.
This week we have Minecraft Steve as a guest.
No, we don't.
I love this podcast.
When it gets cold in Minecraft and you breathe, like,
Yep.
are they like?
Yes.
That's right.
Are they cubes of air?
No.
Oh.
You don't breathe in that game.
Okay. How's that work?
You can't open your cube mouth.
What about when you're underwater?
Yeah. Are the bubbles cubes?
You can drown.
Ooh. All right. Our first topic.
What are you gonna say to that?
Our first topic.
He disconnected. I gotta go. My dad's calling me.
What'd you say? I gotta.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Jesus. Okay. Can we get an actual introduction now?
No.
What is it?
Okay. So pick a topic, 1 through 5.
Oh shit!
More towards 5.
I gotta look at him.
Yeah, that's at 5.
Yeah, that's a definite 5.
All right. Topic number 5. Does Weldon really have a big dick?
100%.
Scientists say one in every 5 person doesn't floss. That means yes, Weldon has a huge dong.
What do you have to say about this, Weldon?
Biggest erectus.
Is that a Harry Potter spell?
That's the one he used to get a big dong.
Penis erectus.
Fuck. I wonder if magicians actually have to do that. Like in the Harry Potter world?
What?
If they get fucking like ED, do they have to like use spells?
They probably just use Wingardium Leviosa on their dick.
And make it levitate?
Yes.
So you're fucking a girl with a limp fucking floating dick?
Yeah.
Oh, the magic's doing it.
Oh.
You ain't doing shit.
Do you not know Harry Potter lore?
You're doing homework.
I really don't. I've watched like 2 movies.
Didn't we do your Pottermore one day?
My what?
Yeah, we did.
What was he, a Ravenclaw?
Either Ravenclaw or Slytherin.
It pulled up a picture of Gumby.
The fuck are you talking about?
Nothing.
Gumby, the big green dude.
I know who the fuck Gumby is.
Anyways, to get us back on topic with number 5, I've drawn you a nice infographic.
Ah!
Can you put that on the podcast?
Yes, I will.
Oh, thank you.
How do I delete someone else's comment?
You right click it and you say open link.
Right click a kiss.
And then hit right click again. Save image as, and then make that your background.
Set as wallpaper. That should get rid of it.
love how Weldon named it just Big Penis.
Big dong.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that settles number 5.
All right.
We'll check that
Next.
off for today.
All right, check. All right, number 1 through 4.
12.
12
Divided by
divided by 3 is 4. Most important event of your life thus far.
Fuck.
Being born.
That's what I was thinking.
I didn't have any control over it, unfortunately.
So nothing else in your life has any more importance than you being born.
Most important event in my life so far.
What's yours, Ryan? Give me some ideas.
I would probably say deciding to go back to school was really important.
Yeah.
Deciding to quit Taco Bell because I know I would have been stuck there for the rest of my life.
Uh-huh.
And deciding to get pizza the other night was a good idea.
Little Caesars?
Mine was probably Oscar's birthday, 2015, at Buffalo Wild Wings.
That was a great day.
I've just been waiting for the moment to work that in.
All right, somebody's got to tell the story.
I shit my pants, okay?
Dude, I still remember Mackenzie's face whenever you had to walk back into the fucking bathroom,
He's
grab your underwear,
he's like,
and
oh
then-
god.
and Mackenzie was like, he was like, all right, so we're leaving, and you were like, yep, and you told him to open the trunk, and you just fucking threw your underwear in there, and he was like, what the fuck?
He was pissed.
He was like, what the fuck is this?
He was so mad.
That was so fucking awesome.
Oh, man. I still remember what my diarrhea shit looked like on the sidewalk.
Oh, man. Every time we go to the fucking BWW and fucking Winston, I always point out the sidewalk to Carla, even though she's seen it a million times.
You're like, that's
hey.
where Ryan shit his pants.
I'll say, hey, that's where Ryan's shit was. And she just keeps walking. She doesn't even fucking care anymore.
She doesn't even acknowledge it.
She just lets out a big sigh every time, like
Just fucking shits right beside it.
she's like, there, Ryan, say something different next time.
Now hopefully you'll talk more
There.
about me.
Now next time you can say that, hey, that's where your shit was.
Okay. That's a good one, Dylan.
So that was the most important day of your life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Hmm.
110%.
I guess mine would be like, finishing school and getting a decent job. I guess that's impacted my life quite a bit.
On a scale of 1 to 2, how much do you like your job?
From 1 to 2,
Either he does or he doesn't. I'm just asking.
you either love it or you hate it.
One to like from like 0 to 50%, 2 50 and above.
Yes,
And
Negative
two-
7.
that's good. Glad you like it.
I didn't say I like it.
That's only 51%.
I tolerate it.
I've had this picture of Weldon's fucking dick on my screen for the last 2 minutes by accident.
Hell yeah.
Get that out of here.
Watch your mouth.
So I think like probably the most important event in my life. Fuck, I don't know. Like I would say starting back school is probably the most important one. When I graduate, it'll probably shift to that.
Yeah.
Because I'll be the first and only of my father's children to have graduated school.
All two of them?
Damn it!
So.
God damn.
What the fuck?
It was just like throwing shit.
Okay,
I hate it here.
Fuck this!
I take it back. It's okay. It's not my most important day.
Oh, sweet.
What do you want, Luna? No,
Jesus.
you can't be up here. Ow! Scratch the shit out of me. Go away.
No distractions, please.
Oh, sorry. All right. Well, what's the most important day of your life? Thus far.
Probably either. Yeah, definitely going to school. That I had a choice on, probably going to school.
Ooh. Okay. Subtopic. What's the most important event in your life you had no control over? Go, Weldon.
You know, I mean, it may have sounded like I had one choice up, but I didn't.
Mine's probably the day my parents got divorced.
I was going to say, like, I talk about that a lot, but I think that's probably the one I had no control over that impacted.
At 7 years old, I became a man.
Well,
That's what really pushed me over the edge.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I am now a man.
You can't even drive in fucking 4-lane traffic without pissing your pants.
I can't drive. I'm only 7.
I can't read.
Ooh, you can't read the road signs. That's what it is.
He can't fucking look at pictures and decipher them.
That's a man digging. I don't get it.
Fucking, it's. So you know the road sign for like slippery road, how it's like a car with like skid marks underneath it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For some reason, like
That means
up
drift here, right?
pretty much. Up until I was like probably like 11 or 12, I used to think that was a motor on the road being dragged for some reason. Like, I don't know, it's just totally wrong, just completely incorrect, but I always
You guys
thought it
ever
was that.
like play that game where you like laid down in the back seat and you could only see like the windows, so like the trees and the sky and shit. You had to like guess where you were.
No.
Really?
I used to look up at the. What? There's a big ceiling fan. I used to look up at the
Your
ceiling
car?
fan and. Wait. Hold on.
Head hurt.
Someone else go. Someone else go.
I used to actually sit and watch outside the window at the gutter, and I would like act as if I was on a dirt bike and be like kind of riding through the gutter, and I would jump whenever there's like bridges and stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I would do that too.
Yeah, that was like fucking amazing when I was a kid.
Yeah, like on the bus and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Dude, I remember this one time I was on the bus. We were passing Brooks's Crossroads right here at Tommy's, and we were pulling into fucking school.
Doxed. Anyway.
And I was sitting there fucking like, this was back when I was like super into Eminem and everything, but I was just sitting there like thinking of lyrics and just like almost like rapping to no music, just sitting there just fucking like rhyming things together. And fucking my neighbor, who I will not dox, just like got up behind me and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Are you like trying to be like Eminem or something? Shut up." That's why I'm not a rapper today.
Damn.
Yeah,
Shut you down.
he did.
No, but you really don't know what I'm talking about. Like, you'd be on the way home from like going to town or something, and you'd just be laying down and like just remembering the roads and like feeling the car, and you try to guess where you
I would
were.
try to do that based on the number of light poles we passed.
What the fuck? That wasn't funny. I'm sorry.
How do you see the light poles but not see where you are though?
They're tall.
Wait, like laying down?
Yeah.
Okay, then you know what game I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It was a different game to him.
It wasn't a game to me, damn it. I was lost.
I was just
the
trusting the
streets.
person I jumped in the car with to actually take me home. But
No, but Dylan said something about a ceiling fan, and it made me think of a proud parent moment if you want to hear it.
of course.
Yes.
It's one time my dad was driving me around. Well, he wasn't because he never has yet to have his license.
I missed that
somebody
guy.
else was. But he took me to this drug dealer's house that he would always buy his pills from. And they were all back there in his back bedroom getting fucking, I don't know, doped up or something. And I was sitting in the living room and there was nothing happening. So I was just laying there on the couch looking up at the ceiling fan. And they all walked out and they were like, look at him. He's counting the seeds watching the ceiling fan turn. Ah!
You're
Well,
like,
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?
And that's the day Weldon
pretty
was
cool.
an anti-druggie.
No, that was probably instance number 20 in my life.
Please take us through those for podcast purposes.
Ooh, all right.
No,
Starting out at number
next-
1.
Next podcast, that's all the podcast will be.
Yeah, there was a ton of those moments growing up for me where my parents would be like fucking high as fuck, not giving a shit about us.
Yeah, you and your midget friend.
Wait a minute! Alright, I told Weldon to save this story for today. He tries to tell me a story yesterday where he was like, oh, did I ever tell you that story about me and my midget friend? And I was like, you got a fucking midget friend and you've never brought him up? I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, his mom's a kleptomaniac, and his dad used to beat the fuck out of him and give him a fucking growth defect, so he couldn't get any taller. He's a little midget.
His mom literally beat the growth out of him.
His dad basically did.
I don't want to see you grow no more, damn it! Ah! Ah!
He like just bonks him on top of the head once. He's like, "Argh!" And he's like, "Eh."
Got a flat cricket bat every day, just going out the door, shortens it back down an inch. I don't even remember what story I was going to tell about the midget guy, but I did have a midget friend. His name was Charlie.
There was that one midget guy we went to high school with.
Are you talking about the guy who died?
No.
Talking about. Talking about. Boop, Bergevin.
God, he was kind of a midget. Dude, in middle school, we were fucking.
I'm going to go get my yearbook.
in middle school, me and Bergevin were partners in music class, and we were in the library doing a project, and we're on the computers, and he's literally like, one tab's open, he's playing RuneScape, he has another tab open on RedTube watching porn. And like every time the teacher would walk by, he had a third tab open, acting like he was doing something.
I didn't catch anything but
What
Red
the
Tube and porn, and I think I
fuck?
know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a midget.
He was supposed to have lunch detention one day. Principal came in the lunchroom and was like, "Hey, you know you're supposed to have lunch detention," and this guy, "Fuck you, I'm not going!" Like made a whole fucking scene in front of everybody.
What a badass.
No shit. I think he dropped out.
Badass.
He switched
Fuck.
schools, didn't he?
I don't know,
He
maybe.
dropped out of Star Mount at least. Oh shit.
Oh. Well,
God, you're the worst at this.
you know, this high school
Boop,
near
Mount.
this intersection. When I drove by there, that place was full. I don't know what was going on tonight.
They
Guess there were
fucking.
birds there.
Oh, you mean tonight?
Yeah.
Weren't you the one telling me they don't let you park in the lower parking lot anymore?
Yeah, they don't let you do that anymore. And they
So they
also
just
block off the...
Cram the fucking top parking lot full?
Mm-hmm.
remember when I first got my license, I would go down to the bottom parking lot and just find a random parking spot and park in it. And like, I did it for like 2 weeks. And one day I finally like got called to the office because they made you buy like parking passes or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they like called me to the office. And, this girl was there, and the principal was like, "Hey, dude, you fucking parked in her parking spot, and she's really pissed off about it." And then they made me buy a parking pass.
Oof. Fuck. I know at Forsyth, if you don't buy a parking pass,
Hi.
Forsyth, if you don't buy a parking pass and they catch you, it's $15.
Yeah, that's
parking ticket.
At Surrey, like they don't give a shit.
At
E.
E.
Well, here's the
Like
thing.
they say buy one, but the whole time I went, I never bought one. Nobody ever said anything at all.
Well, here's the thing. I found the loophole because if you don't buy one, but you only take night classes, the whole like security department goes home at 5, and night classes don't start till 6. So you don't really run the risk of them even seeing your car because they'll usually leave between that hour. So you can literally park there for free if you take night classes. But last semester, the guy that I was telling you that came fucking doped up on acid every week, he mainly took night classes, but he had like 1 or 2 daytime classes, and he would tell me that he never bought in like the 3 years or the 5 semesters or whatever it was that he was there. He said, I never bought a parking pass, and up until this point, I have never gotten enough parking tickets to make it more expensive than buying a parking pass. He said he's gotten parking tickets, but he never got enough to warrant a parking pass being more valuable.
Dude, the other day we were working at this lady's house, and
want to give her address?
Yeah, I was working with Jack. So Jack's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? What do you do? Where do you work? What is?" So it turns out she was a teacher at like Winston-Salem University, and she ended up telling us like even the like faculty has to pay for parking passes, and it's like $500 a year.
God.
Yeah. Like even faculty has to fucking pay for it.
That sucks.
That's so stupid.
Like that friend I had in Illinois. He's talking about how you have to carpool with 3 other people. You have to be like on the president's list or wherever, like the don't miss a day and have straight A's or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that list. And you have to pay like $250 just to park at a high school.
What the fuck?
That's insane.
Making that money. You know how I be.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Alright, so pick another number 1 through 3.
3, and then I'm gonna shut up because I don't have one.
So
it left his mouth, and then he read it and was like, "Oh fuck."
Favorite record / album / CD. So
I own an Eminem CD when I was younger.
Isn't a CD just a format of a record or album?
yes, but the reason that I put that is because record I didn't want people to construe it as something incorrect. Album could be a like photo album. I
ain't that stupid.
I just tried to make sure that nobody would misunderstand what I was saying.
Don't say nobody, you're talking to me.
Yeah, you're talking to me, Weldon, and Dylan. Don't forget about Craig.
Oh yeah, Craig.
Yo, what up, Craig?
You should. All right, so Dylan's plan for our background is every 10 episodes he's going to add a couple of like things of clutter to the desk.
I might change it to 5 episodes because 10 seems long.
Yeah,
we
10
probably won't even keep doing this.
Don't you curse us!
I'm just saying.
You could do it once.
We don't have a good track record.
Dude, we're doing pretty good. 3 weeks in a row here.
One time I did finish a game, I'll have you know.
And I'm almost about to finish school for my 1.5th time. So,
well, hell yeah.
anyways,
We're doing it.
You should add Craig into the scenery somehow. I think that would be interesting. For anybody who doesn't know,
A little
Craig,
beaver.
Craig is the bot that we're using to record our voices through Discord, so that it makes the editing process possible that you guys have saw from episode 2 on. So, yeah, I just think it would be interesting to put Craig in there. Okay, favorite record, album, or CD. So, favorite collection of songs released at the same time by an artist.
That's
Yeah,
really hard. Like all-time favorite though.
yeah.
Most
But it's a
recent
good one.
favorite?
I mean, we could do most recent favorite, and then like last decade, and then all time.
I'm just throwing out ideas here. I don't have. I don't music.
Okay, let's do most recent.
Okay.
All right.
Go for it.
So I've been like listening to this record non-fucking stop. It's a band called Shame, and it's their most recent album called Songs of Praise. And when did it come out? January 2018. But I didn't hear about it until a few months ago. But they're like a British post-punk band, kind of like experimental, but it's really fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys would be into it, but it's fucking awesome.
That's cool. So the entire purpose of this specific topic is because you have a very niche type of enjoyment out of music. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Dylan has a separate, very niche. Well, his is very niche, but his is totally separate from yours and mine. And then I have my own little thing. And then Weldon doesn't listen to music at all, so I just didn't want to hear him talk.
I can't hear rhythm.
Weldon just likes that one song that sings about the albatross.
Yeah, and my dick fell off.
And that fucking Canadian song. What the fuck was that one?
I'm Canadian.
Yeah.
That is my theme song.
You're not even Canadian.
Canadian from
Not.
Edmonton.
No, you're not.
But Daddy, he's a quarter.
He's a what?
He's a quarter Canadian.
He's a quarter Native American.
What? Bear.
He's just a quarter.
Well, you learn something new every day.
He's part nickel, part dime.
He is Nickelback. My dad is Nickelback.
I didn't want the world to know that.
Ah, damn. Doxed again.
Ah.
Don't look up Nickelback's address, people. I'm here editing videos.
Dude, I don't know. Like, let me look through. Like, honestly, the only album that I've enjoyed recently is
The Eminem Show.
I really did actually enjoy Eminem's newest album.
The newest one?
Yeah. And
Right.
it's just because it's new Eminem, and it sounded a lot more like the old Eminem than his more recent stuff has, anyways.
Yeah.
And I like that. It was very nostalgic to listen to a new Eminem album.
Right.
Other than that, though, the only album that I've listened to recently has been Coheed's stuff. So Coheed's newest album is actually really fucking good. It has a lot of like catchy stuff on it. It's a little poppier than some of their older stuff, but it's still like really fucking good. And I've actually been listening to more and more of their stuff. Like, for anybody who doesn't know who Coheed and Cambria is, it's a band centered around a story about a man and a woman and this like gigantic intergalactic war that's happening between multiple planets and multiple, civilizations in the world or in the universe. And basically the story is told across several albums. They did a song called Welcome Home, which ironically is about him fucking killing his fiance at the time because he asked her to marry him and she said no. So they ended up splitting ways, and he wrote an entire album about fucking putting her in the ground. It's actually fucking amazing if you know both sides of the story. I didn't know that until I started watching
real life.
Yeah, in real life, like that's what he's hit. So every CD or every album is a a real life event from Claudio, but he's translating it into a story at the same time. Right. So the whole Good Apollo 4 I Am Burning Star 4 From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness, their third album is actually about him and his fiance breaking up. And most of the songs on there are about him fucking trying to strangle her and kill her. The very next album, which gets a lot of shit because most people feel like they peaked on their third album. Their fourth album gets a lot of shit because it didn't stand up to the third album. But I honestly think their fourth album, it ties in so well if you listen to the story and you listen to the music. I mean, for fuck's sake, they actually go back and they play some of the things.
My best work.
All right, I guess I'll. This image here that I'm putting on the screen is my new YouTube banner. if you guys want to go check it out, you can. I
don't know what to put as the background for this.
You can just kind of click on my
You're
channel.
keeping that then.
Oh well.
What the Okay, no more messages. It's a podcast. Come on.
Oh.
It's a podcast, although I love that picture. By the way.
I like Coheed.
Yeah, you're like the biggest Coheed fan I know.
You're the only Coheed fan I know.
What's wrong with the people you know?
I don't know what they
Kenzie
listen to.
Really
because I don't know rhythm.
Coheed's one of those bands, like, if you're into Coheed, you're fucking into it.
Yeah.
Like, I like them, but I've never, like, listened through all their albums or anything.
Mm-hmm. And I like, when I was younger, I used to listen to all of it. And, like, up until their fourth album came out, I remember asking my dad to take me to Best Buy to fucking buy that album 3 months before it actually came out. And my dad was pissed.
I remember that.
But
like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I was like super ready.
It was probably more along the lines of
Dylan.
This is not funny anymore.
He was mad at my brother.
Yeah.
Okay. So like I remember.
Stop.
Like,
I hate it here.
I remember asking him to take me up there. Like I was really into it, but I also didn't like understand as much of it as I do now. Like going back and listening to it, like I understand.
I mean, it's just
more.
generally good music.
Yeah, and
like,
I was
you
reading.
don't have to understand all the lore and all the deep imagery, and everything. Like it just sounds good.
Yeah, like there was a guy I was reading through comments on
really
YouTube.
hard to do that. I feel like.
Yeah, I was reading through some comments a few months ago on YouTube somewhere, and this guy was saying that he got his like 80-year-old dad into Coheed, and his dad says that like he doesn't understand anything about the story or anything like that, but he just generally enjoys it because it's actually good music. And
that's really cool.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. Like, I wish I could get my dad into it. Because honestly, like, it's right up my dad's alley. I mean, Claudio's said for years that he draws big inspiration from Pink Floyd. Because Pink Floyd's, most of their stuff is about somebody's war trip. I don't know if it's his dad or how it's all tied in. But it's about somebody going through the war.
Well, that's The Wall. That's just one album.
Oh.
Yeah.
And a good one it was. What the fuck just happened?
Just ripped a hole through the space-time continuum.
The ozone let loose.
Somebody busted the ozone.
He's not unmuting his mic because he's probably fucking dead laughing right now. He's just. Oh god. Anyways,
Oh.
so not only does Claudio draw big inspiration from Pink Floyd, but he's also always liked inspiration from Rush and things like that. And that's kind of where he gets his voice from, is because he said when he was a child, he used to sing with his mom a lot, and it just naturally felt like he should sing in falsetto all the time, and that's just kind of where he ended up like taking his voice and all of his vocals. And I don't know, it's just they have so much depth to them. Like, if you like get into them, there's a lot to fucking get into.
Yeah.
And that's perfect for
I can
somebody
see,
like
like-
me. So
I could see like older people being really into it too, like they're like older rock bands and stuff,
yeah,
because it's really guitar heavy music. Like they're one of the like the rock bands that still actually do solos and stuff.
yeah.
They're modern, you know.
Funny story. When I was actually like when I first started getting into them, I used to complain because I didn't feel like they did enough guitar solos, and I listened to their first 3 albums like constantly. And I would listen to them all, and I was like, what the fuck? Why don't they do more guitar solos? Like, these 2 fucking guys are amazing. Like, do it. Like, fucking, like, rip a fucking good solo. And then fucking, like, I sat down and I listened all the way through Welcome Home one time, and I was just like, oh,
You're
fuck.
like, wait, there's like 6 solos in this one song.
Yeah, like, they fucking go back and forth with it. Like, I don't know. Like I said, there's just so much to fucking get into. So that's definitely my most recent favorite album.
So Eminem.
Yep. Dylan?
Kill Bill came out with a new album.
Isn't that a movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no correlation.
Uncle Ruckus, no relation.
Yeah, I don't know. Kill Bill.
Before I lose this thought, you were talking about like older people and stuff getting into like newer music. It's really cool because like I went to a few like car seat headrest shows, and they're like a indie, like a kind of experimental rock group, but like there's like always like a few older guys there, and you could tell they're like dads and shit, like they had to ask off work to go to this show. But it's just like, I don't know, I'll be listening to some bands and like look in the comments, and there's like old ass men with like their face as their picture, and they're like, people say music's dead, these guys are doing it right. Like, it's just really cool
Yeah.
to see like people appeal to that such a broad audience.
Yeah.
And they're like, these guys know rock and roll.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. What were you saying, Dylan? Kill Bill?
Yeah. Kill Bill came out with a new album. It's New Moon. And, I don't know. It's really good. I like it. I haven't really listened to him, like, for very long, but he's not really, like, as popular as a lot of people that I listen to, really, but that doesn't make him any less good.
Is he a
And,
rapper?
Yeah, he is. He's a white man.
So before I lose this thought,
White
should I change the profile picture to my YouTube channel as Chandler?
No, I'm making you a new one.
I've already said it as that.
You can't use that. I've copyrighted that already.
What?
Sorry.
You don't think like fucking Fox
That's gonna-
has that copyright?
That's gonna be my Halloween banner.
No, I'm gonna keep this. I'm not changing it.
I'm sorry?
You can make me a new one, but it'll fucking sit in this Discord.
Okay. There
That
it
was
is.
That was good.
The classic Dylan Pate font.
Fucking balls and
They're like almost scrubbing the ground.
oh damn it, that's good. Okay. Weldon, did you pick anything?
If you ain't using this, I am.
I don't have a favorite record. CD, album, musical piece, tune.
You have a
His
favorite note?
favorite game is Toontown. Little known fact, though, before he got into it, he did not ask his mother's permission.
I know exactly what your favorite one is.
Huh?
It's the fucking soundtrack to Buck Bumble.
That's a pretty good one.
That's the only thing you'll ever love.
Yeah, Goof Troop's got a pretty good banger too, but you know.
Bickety Buck Bumble.
It's a banger.
Buck to the buck to the bumble.
Goof Troop.
Buck to the buck to the base.
It was ahead of its time, for sure.
Faux show. Alright. Pick a number. 1 or 2.
Wait, what about your favorite album? Most nostalgic album.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Wait, actually, what was the first album you can remember buying? Now that's what I call music set 23.
Can I be exempt? I've never purchased an album.
Really?
Really?
Ever?
Ever.
Bought a
Like,
CD or
not
anything?
with my money.
Well, your parents or something.
Okay.
I guess you already said your dad took you to Best Buy and he was pissed
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, but my mom bought an album for me.
He said,
I don't want to
You-
talk about it, though.
ding dong.
What was it?
Probably Kids Bop 2003.
What
No.
was it?
Hang on, I'll look it up.
Ooh.
I have to
Worst
know the
one of all
exact
the
name of
Kids
this fucking... Can I just tell you the album name?
Sure.
Millennium.
By the Falcons?
No.
Okay.
By Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
Bye.
dude, the Backstreet
Yeah.
Boys were actually pretty cool.
Get out.
I'm serious, like,
What's this image you posted?
The Backstreet Boys album.
is somebody playing the Backstreet Boys?
No.
Wait, I forgot I'm listening to Daft Punk in the background.
So, I remember going to buy that album at Walmart, and then I remember getting Black and Blue, which was the album right after that.
Black
I never
and
even
Blue.
seen the album cover for that.
I remember having
Pretty
both of
simple.
those albums.
I remember you having the poster for Millennium, I think.
What the fuck is that bear doing?
Hey,
His fucking face!
I don't know, but we have breaking news. Farming Simulator joins the world of esports.
Breaking news:
Oh my
Kingdom
God.
Hearts 3.
Canceled.
Spoilers. Canceled. They're asking all retailers to ship copies back to the warehouse.
We fucked up one line of text. We gotta redo the whole
They're
game.
like, oh, we forgot to give Sora clothes!
It was a huge oversight. I don't know how we didn't catch it.
We took the time to model a dick, but we forgot to give him clothes.
Sora's hanging dong! Ship it back!
We forgot to give Donald pants.
Wait, nothing wrong with you.
Oh, fuck.
Dude. I remember I finally saved up enough money. I think I was in like 4th grade, and I got my mom to take me to Walmart, and I bought fucking Dookie by Green Day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then
I remember.
remember that Papa Roach song, Scars.
that.
Yeah. No, is that it?
That's the guitar riff.
Or is it Last Resort? Is that Papa Roach? No, it's
Uh,
Scars. My scars remind me that the past is real.
Yeah.
Yeah. My friend Dustin fucking had that CD, and I was like, Dustin, please let me borrow it. Please, God. And he's like, no. and I asked him every day for like 3 weeks, and he finally let me borrow it, and I stole that motherfucker. I never gave it back.
Is that a Final Fantasy character?
Please tell me you still have it.
No, I don't.
Ah. Yes, Dylan, that's the main character from 15.
I thought so.
Most nostalgic album, Dylan. What's the first one that you ever remember buying?
I bought Computer Savvy by J. Arthur Keenis Band.
I was about to say, that's pretty nostalgic for me.
I fucking loved that album.
Because me and you, like, every time I would fucking get in your car, I would be like, we're listening to this. And I'd put the CD in, and you'd be like, all right.
I mean, that shit was a bop. It was literally just like all like chiptune, like 8-bit, like
Yeah, it was
soundscape.
pretty cool. Didn't you, like, enter a contest to, like, make his album art?
Yeah, he came out with another album, and then I actually entered in the contest because he was releasing that album, and then there was like a smaller like LP or something that was coming out alongside of it, and he didn't have like a cover for it, and he was like, "Hey, like I'm doing a contest to like enter in, and like send me some cool like album arts and stuff for this," and I was like, "Okay." So I fucking sent one in, and I won, and he shipped me a copy of the new album that came out, and it's in
I
my
didn't
car.
think you won.
Yeah, I won.
So
I did it
you made his album cover?
for the LP, not the new album.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. I'll go find it right now.
Yeah, what's the album called?
Fuck, I don't remember what his newest album was called at
What's
the
his
time.
name?
J. Arthur Keenis.
J. Arthur
The J. Arthur Keenis Band
Keenan.
discography. It came out next to Mighty Social Line. I don't see the other one on here.
I see the J.R. Weenus Band.
You had the one with the lion on it, right?
That's the album I
Trails?
own.
Yeah.
I think it was Old World Monkey or something.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't know why it's not in his discography.
Alright, this is what I found. You're gonna have to click it.
Dude, that's so cool. I thought you were fucking famous when you won that. Yeah, Dylan made that.
I drew it by hand.
I want to see it! I can't find it.
I
I'm trying
have
to
it
find
right here.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah. I'm trying to... Whatever, I'll just save it.
Well, here's the list of the fucking songs that were on it. But they don't have the fucking album cover with it.
Here it is.
Oh, there it is. Boom.
Kinda cool.
It was super, super simple. I hate it. But then again, I won that contest when I was like a sophomore or a junior in high school, so.
No, it was earlier than that.
Was it?
I think it was either like freshman or sophomore year.
There it is. Like it says it. Drawn by Dylan Pate.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Oh, hell yeah. Doxed. I got doxed by a famous artist.
It's actually pretty cool.
Damn, you had the second version of the EP.
What do you mean?
Click on the link. It says the second version of the EP art.
There's one
scroll
dislike on that
over.
bitch.
And
What the fuck?
the first version of the EP art, presumably drawn by Dan McClay.
Pretty sure Dan McClay is the guy who that's the guy who that's the guy.
The
On
guy.
Spy Kids 3.
He's the band.
Guy?
No, he is the band. Like he's the one that makes all the music.
That monkey guy?
Yeah, that is a self-portrait.
Huh.
Oh well. Anyway,
Any more albums, CDs?
Big Crit came out with a new album last year.
All right, so pick a number 1 to 2.
One.
Ooh, yeah, I want to go with 1. I want to talk about 1.
Okay, so there is a what would you call it, Weldon? Like a psychological test?
A word problem.
So, for anybody who's unfamiliar with the scenario, so there's topic number 1 is kill a friend to save 5 strangers. So there's a scenario where you have the option to change the course of an event. You either can kill one person, or you can change the direction of a train and have it switch tracks to kill 5 other people. Do you switch the tracks to kill less people, or do you just let it slide? Weldon and I were talking about that the other day, and we said it would be more interesting if you had a single person of interest, like a friend, a relative, a lover, whatever, on the side that was headed to die. And then if you could change that course, would you change it to kill 5 strangers, or would you kill your one friend? Is one life more valuable than 5 lives, or vice versa? So the question is, would you kill a friend to save 5 strangers, or would you do the opposite?
I feel so stupid. I didn't hear anything you said.
God.
I was reading about Daft Punk.
I think I would probably do
Give
it.
me the TLDR.
All right, the TLDR is, would you kill one person to save 5 people, or would you kill 5 people to save one person of interest? Is one life worth more than 5 lives, or is it the other way around?
Well, it's all subjective. Like, you have... If one person's more important to you than 5 strangers, like, why would you not do that?
But could you live with yourself having killed 5 people?
Yeah.
Could you live with yourself having killed your fucking dad?
Probably.
You got a good point.
Do you actively have
Like,
to,
that's gonna
like,
weigh heavier on you.
Right.
Do you physically kill them, or is it like you make the choice and they just die?
Yeah, you have to make the
You make
choice.
You have a
So,
knife
like-
launcher.
It's like that. Yeah. Death by knife launcher. So it's like that movie, The Box, where you have to push a button, and if you push the button, one random person in the world dies.
With
Yes.
that famous quote.
Yes.
Okay, then, yeah, I would. What's in the bag, bitch?
Quick side story. It's my birthday, 2000.
Be me.
2012.
2013.
Yeah, 2013. It's my birthday. All of my friends come over to my house and hang out. And one person, Boop, he comes over and it's the first time he's ever been at my house. And he walks in and he's got like a duffel bag with clothes just in case he wants to stay the night or
He had a
something.
book bag.
Oh, was it? It wasn't
Yeah,
even
he
like
had a
anything
book
that crazy. And my dad just stops him at the door and goes, "What's in the bag, bitch?"
Like he thought, like he was bringing, like, I guess he thought he was bringing like pot or something over.
Hell yeah.
Boop didn't like it too much. He was like, "Why's your dad interrogating me?"
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked it either.
Oh well.
Yeah, you
That's
win
awesome.
some, you lose some.
Anyway, back to the.
Okay, so elaborate. So you just have to. Do they tell you? Who's the one person? Just
Danny
somebody
DeVito.
you know?
By the way, quick side story. I watched fucking Austin Powers Goldmember yesterday.
Oh my god, dude. I finally fucking watched the first movie. Like half of the first movie a few weeks ago. And
You've never
that
seen
shit
Austin
is...
Powers?
No,
I've
it's
seen the
been
first
like
one.
10 years though.
Is it not the fucking stupidest shit you've
It
ever
is-
seen?
Like, it has aged so well.
It's so fucking stupid.
Fucking Will Ferrell is like in the first like little bit. He's like sitting at the table with Dr. Evil, and he's like, "Well, you have failed to kill Austin Powers," and he just hits a button, and Will Ferrell like falls. The floor opens up, and he falls back into like a fiery pit,
Yes.
and he's just like, "Ah!"
Oh,
man.
god, it's so good.
We should just stream us watching all 3 Austin Powers.
I would do it.
The problem is like I don't know what sort of outlet you would need to be able to do that without getting like copyrighted or like anything like that.
Pornhub.
Like a lot of like websites won't let you like stream you watching a movie.
We just won't tell them.
Well, we could like,
You remember-
Nobody tell the authorities.
couldn't we like film it and then edit it down and say like classify it as critique?
Like a reaction video.
Yeah. We
Do you
could
remember that story?
No, then the React channel will fucking copyright
Ah,
us.
shit.
The Fine Brothers will come after us. Do you remember that fucking story about that guy streaming the fight between? It was 2 boxers. I don't remember necessarily who it was. And like he
Manny
literally sat
Pacquiao.
there. He literally sat there in front of his fucking webcam with a PS4 controller the entire fight to trick
Yeah.
fucking Twitch
Like,
so that
he
they
thought-
wouldn't take him down.
That he acted like he was playing a game.
Yes, how fucking genius is that?
That's good.
Fucking elaborate on this shit.
Either way, so to finish up my side story, Danny DeVito is actually in Goldmember. Continue.
Is he? Is he mini me?
He's mini-me in the very beginning.
Really?
Not.
So the
Dylan
way
was making a joke.
so the way that the entire movie is presented, it's presented as a play on a movie, like it's a kind of like an Inception type deal. So the very beginning of the movie starts out with Tom Cruise actually being fucking Austin Powers. Gwyneth Paltrow is the love interest in the movie, and then Kevin Spacey is Dr. Evil, and fucking Danny DeVito is fucking Mini-Me. And he goes, "What's up, fucks?" And he like flicks off the camera. It's fucking awesome, dude. I totally forgot he was in that movie.
I don't know if it's real or not, but everybody was like, Danny DeVito, please play Pikachu and Detective Pikachu.
Yes.
He just made a tweet, and it was just Danny DeVito, and he just said, "What the fuck is a Pikachu?" Like the whole world was like tweeting at him, like, "Please do it." I don't know if it was like just a meme or what.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so you aren't physically killing the person, but you're faced in a scenario where you have to choose if a person that you have some sort of connection to dies versus 5 random people.
But do you know who the person you're connected to is?
Yes, you would know. You would be able to see who each individual person is. You just
But
wouldn't
you-
know the 5 random people.
But you see pictures of them.
Yes.
Oh man, that makes it harder.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck them, kill them.
Kill all 5?
Yeah.
So I think that, dude, I don't know. It's fucking hard because like, if the person that I know dies, then that family is going to be affected, and just that one family will be affected. But
Right.
if the other 5 people die, all 5 of their families are affected. So it makes it really difficult.
Yeah. Seeing
I would-
pictures of them really.
Yeah, I would say
sucks.
depending on who exactly it is that I'm connected to is like a deciding factor on if I would do it. But like generally, yeah, I would probably save the person that I'm connected to. Even it's fucking so selfish to do so, it would probably be how my brain would. in that instant.
I mean, like I said, it's just subjective. Like, I don't know. People fucking die every day that you don't know.
True.
See ya.
Doxed.
Doxing all the dead people that died today.
So, like, is your brain gonna shut down in that instant? Okay. So the whole
it would
reason
be a tough decision, definitely.
So the whole reason that this comes up is Minefield is a show that
Right.
Vsauce does on YouTube Premium.
here.
He actually put people in that scenario. It wasn't like a person of interest. It was just 1 versus 5 people or whatever it was. So
He killed a bunch of people.
most of the actual like participants in that test just didn't do anything. They were like too afraid to touch anything. So whichever way it was a train in that scenario, whichever way the train was going to roll down the tracks, it was just going to kill those people. They didn't it's like they just forgot and just didn't have the capacity to make the decision. So they just let it play out.
Maybe in their head they were like, all right, if I don't do anything, this isn't on me.
Probably. That would actually make a lot of sense.
There is the crowd effect. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but like if something bad's happening, the more people that are around, the less likely someone is to step in.
Bystander effect.
Yeah, the bystander effect. Less likely they are to step in and help.
They were just actually talking about that on the radio today.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
There was this
Oh,
lady
boy.
that was having a
No, you. Go ahead.
There was a lady that was having a seizure in the middle of a fucking like traffic jam, and nobody would help her, and her car was like slipping out into oncoming traffic, and this girl
Is that where the cop hit it?
No, this girl pulled out in front of her, let her run into her car so that it would at least stop her, and then she pulled her out while she was seizing and like laid her out on the ground so that nothing would happen, and she called 911. Like, she did everything, and nobody tried to help except that one person. But there was plenty of people around.
I think it was like psychology where we were learning about this, but like it really got that whole like theory got popular because it was like New York City or something, but some girl, she was like mugged and like stabbed like fucking 20 times or something. I don't know. I'm just something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like she was like screaming help and like crying for like a certain amount of time, and people were just like walking by her, and it took like so many minutes for any respondents to get to her just because everybody thought like, well, not my problem, like somebody else will help her. And that's really
insane.
what like popularized that.
Yeah.
But you're talking about like Vsauce, like making people do that experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever watched The Experimenter?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
The movie's okay, but it's about this guy. He's a psychologist, but his name's Stanley Milgram. But like, it was like in like the 60s or 70s or something. But he started this experiment where he would get people to come in this room, and he had a guy on the other side of a wall, and he was in on it. Well, he brought like people that were in the actual experiment in, and they were on the other side. And he had a person sitting in the room with the guy in on the experiment, and he was, quote, the authority figure. And he was having like, he told them, basically the person in the experiment had to ask the actor questions, but they couldn't see him. And every time they got a question wrong, they had to administer a fake shock. But they thought the shock was real because he was on the other side of the wall, like screaming.
Right.
Every time they got it wrong, they had to increase the shock, like increase the power of it.
Right.
And he's like, eventually by the end of it, he's on the other side of the wall, like, please God, stop. But the authority figure, quote, was like completely unbiased, like, no, do your job, keep shocking them, you can't stop, keep doing it.
Damn.
And that was the experiment, and like most people like kept doing it no matter how much they wanted to stop, even though they knew like it was a completely voluntary thing they could do, like just someone of power above them telling them not to stop, like they just kept doing it. There was only like a handful of people that were actually like, no, I'm not fucking doing this anymore, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
And when he like came out with his study saying it was all fake, like people tried to like sue him and shit, saying like they emotionally scarred them for doing that experiment on them and stuff, because they thought they were literally like shocking this guy to death.
That's crazy.
It's pretty cool. Just,
I
don't know.
On Minefield, he does several things like that. There was one this season where he stuck these people in a room and it was pitch black, and they basically had to put together a puzzle. But all 4 participants were told there's a second team on the other side of the room that's also doing this puzzle, or it's like in a separate room. And the whole purpose is to be the first team to finish. As it's pitch black, that tries to incentivize teamwork and communication. But the trick to it was that there's a button on each corner of the table, and there's a dial that you can set the strength to, and it will play a sound in the opposite room to the other team to try to distract them. And it's a very like monotonous, very ugly sound, so that it literally sets you up to just be like, oh, and you like want to grab your ears, like it's ear shattering.
Right.
And he basically sticks people in the room and tries, like the entire experiment is just to see how vindictive the people are and how often they'll push that button and how high they'll turn that button. Before the experiment, they're told that 3 is the highest that you should go, or you're going to hurt the other team's ears. Like you'll actually cause physical damage to the person.
Right.
There was a lady that she wanted to win so bad that she turned it up to a 7 and just held the button down at one point.
Fuck her.
Yeah, and they were like, see, we knew that they were going to do this and that. And like, it was a crazy experiment. Like, it's crazy what people do.
What'd the lady say when they were like, hey, you're fucked?
Like, I don't remember exactly like what she said, but like everybody was just like,
actually do that.
Everybody was like, oh wow, like I didn't think you were testing me on that.
Right.
Like they all basically like tried to give the excuses. I didn't think you were looking at that.
Right.
But it was really interesting. It's crazy to see like how the unknowing people will act in that scenario.
Dude, I've been talking to Chris at work about like, we've gotten like conversations about like Jim Jones and Jonestown, like Charles Manson and shit.
Yeah.
Like, have you like looked into Jonestown at all?
No, I don't know much about it.
Well, that's the whole thing where like basically this guy was a preacher in New York and everybody loved him, and like he would convince people to give him like a shit ton of money, and eventually he was like, oh, I'm moving to this third world country in South America. It was like Bolivia or something.
Mm-hmm.
But he moved down there and like convinced like 3,000 some people, something like that. Maybe it was like 1,000, a shit ton of people, to sell all their fucking assets, sell all their cars, their homes, just completely dip on their life to go with them. And they built this giant fucking compound, and like it was like he like brainwashed people into like just like surrendering everything to him. And then like a few people tried to escape, and like they would punish them when they would try to escape. And like eventually the government came to like shut them down. And when he caught wind of it, they had like a giant supply of cyanide ready, like on hand. And that's where like, you know, the whole like drink the Kool-Aid thing.
Yeah.
That's what that's from. Like he didn't, it wasn't really even he forced them. He was just like, okay, guy, like all the adults knew, but he literally had people just actively killing themselves in the name of him.
Yeah.
And like they were forcing their kids to drink the Kool-Aid as well. And like when the government finally showed up, there was like just hundreds of fucking dead bodies all over this compound where everybody just drank cyanide and killed themselves.
That's fucking crazy.
It's just like how can people like get that far into something?
Yeah,
Pretty crazy.
definitely. So we've been going for a little over an hour.
So let's start a cult.
Let's start a cult. We're gonna end the podcast right here. We're gonna come up with cult names, what our followers will do for us, and what our ultimate goal is.
Okay.
Dylan, can you?
The Kool-Aid drinkers. We gonna drink a whole lot of grape Kool-Aid. Regular, not diet.
Diet Kool-Aid.
What the fuck? How do you make Diet Kool-Aid?
I just noticed Dylan's
sugar-free.
little mustache on his avatar.
Mm-hmm.
More than he has in real life.
Oh, Dylan, you need to spread the center out a little bit so it's just on the corners of your mouth.
What?
Nothing. Can you sign us out, please?
Oh, it's over?
It's over.
Thanks for joining the Dogan Dome.
Thanks for watching the Dogan Hour this week. We really appreciate you coming by and spending all your hard-earned Dogans on our new fundraiser. Once again, we'd like to let you know that we'll be back again next Friday. And doot doodle doot doot. Ryan?